Check 1 2. We are live. Welcome to the Light Club. We got some great stuff for y'all tonight. Chris Huns is in the building.
If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by. If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by.
I swear I see you in my dreams. I guess I'm tripping, homie. Been in solitary for a month and ain't no visits for me. Guess I'm flooding out the whole block, homie. Juvenile lockdown, try and turn the top on me. I was selling hand to hand the block. I tell them knock away. When them boys get the shot, they start to nod away. I'm uptown, but my people's down the bottom way. VA with the top down all the way. Tried to kill me in the 7, that's a hideaway. Guess the weapon formed against me couldn't find a way. Haters gonna hate, that's real, shorty all the way. Haters gonna hate, that's real, shorty all the way.
If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by. If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by.
Guess I'm tripping post-traumatic, think the hood got me. Walking on death row like Suge got me. Holding all this ice over the railing while these hungry folks staring. Can't be transparent with all this drip blaring. Lost in this chain and Gucci raw sushi. Let Chris get rocked, turn to Pookie. Yeah, I was riding around town, no hoopty, till my life went critical. The car crashed, did it, Joe. I still see it in my dreams, it's crazy, man. Used to hold the pistol to my head and wanna make it bang. Used to slip my wrist in grade school, had to cover up. Depression in the night, joy in the morning when the sun come up.
If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by. If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. If life give you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to
Let's go. We're going to get into it.
Social media, I got you though.
Hey.
You mad at me because of you, but I ain't got you broke. I still love you though, baby. If you know, you know.
Let me know if y'all can hear me out there, okay? Let's go.
Left them after lock up, yeah, I held them down. I'ma make it swelter now, yeah, it's time to melt them now. They call me home wrecker, turn me to a whole checker. Chick, don't worry about me, get your home together.
What's up, Facebook? We see you out there.
Brought me through the coldest weather, thought I would have known you better. Life gave me lemons, made some pie about it. When and I ain't shy about it.
Military Mind and Entertainment coming up next.
Life gave me lemons, made some pie about it. When and I ain't shy about it. Praise the Most High about it. Life gave you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. Life gives you pain, make a sad song out it. Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by. Life gave you lemons, make some lemonade out it. Nice lemon pie, Madeline on the side. Life give you pain, make a sad song out it.
Hey.
Praises to the sky when it's hard to get by. If life gives you pain, life gives you pain. If life gives you pain, if life gives you pain. If life gives you pain, praises to the sky.
Yeah, y'all. That is me and Megan Nash. Lemons. Hey y'all, you know what to do. If life give you lemons, make some lemonade out of it. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe you guys can help me out. Am I doing glasses or am I doing no glasses? I don't know. I feel like a radio host when I throw these glasses on. You know, y'all know what it is. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Light Club, y'all. I might have a little echo in my background. There we go. There we go. We got to get this thing right, guys. We got to get this thing right. I got a bunch of stuff to show you tonight. We got a special guest coming through tonight. First thing I'm going to show you, though, is this water dispenser. Okay. Hold on. Let me get it unblurred. There it is. This is an automatic water dispenser, y'all. This thing is off the chain. You can just link this up to any 5-gallon, 10-gallon, whatever. Drop it in there. Well, it's actually made for 5-gallon. It's rechargeable. You drop this in there, and then it dispenses your water for you. All right. All right. I figured I would get this so if like we're on the road or camping or something, we can, we got the 5-gallon, just drop it in there. It's quick and easy. I like it. I like it like that. So we got a special guest, Chris Huns in the building, Military Mind Productions. I'm excited about this interview. I'm going to bring him on in a second here, but I'm excited about this one, guys. I definitely am excited. We're going to play you some of his music. All right. My wife says, welcome, everyone. Comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you at. Let us know where you from, where you at. Welcome to the chat. And again, I'm streaming. I'm rocking these nice Banggood headphones. Okay. They got these in various colors. They got the blue joints. They got them in pink. They got the hot pink. If you got a little girl, you want to hook her up, maybe she's into gaming and you want to get her right, then that's it. That's all you do. Hook her up. Hook her up. I like these. We're going to stream. I'm doing the whole stream with them. So I'll let you know at the end of the stream, how it's going. All right. But we're going to get into this interview because I really want to hear from this guy. And let me explain. Me and this brother have a lot of conversations, right? We have a lot of conversations. But now I actually get to put it in interview form where I get to ask him and pick his brain and see what he's been dealing with. There's some new artist out here who I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get to my thing. There's a lot of new artists here. I got a comment. Tim Bird said, "What's up?" See, I got to stay on top of my comments, y'all. Y'all give me a nudge. Y'all give me a nudge. And don't be afraid to jump from Facebook and come on over to Amazon and watch over there too. It does help the engagement. Yeah. Tim Bird says, "Hey, what up, Tim? We are actually gonna play one of Tim Bird's records here in a few. But let's bring on our guest. And let me get him in queue. Give it up for the CEO of Military Mind Productions, Chris Huns. Give it up for him, y'all.
What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Not much, man. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. I can hear you good, man. I can hear you good. How you living over there, man?
Maintaining as usual.
Word. Nice to have you on. Thank you for coming to join us here at the Light Club. It's been a long time in coming. Tim Bird says, "What's up, Chris?"
Damn, that's one of my mentors right there.
Yeah, hey, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. And we're gonna get into that. Because at this point you have worked with a legend.
Yeah.
That's who actually helped you along your path of of production. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Yeah,
gonna get
he laid the foundation.
yeah, that's man, that's right. That's right. So we're gonna get into that. Not yet. We're not yet. Not yet, y'all. Not yet. But Chris, let us know where you're from and a little bit about your background. I just want to actually just start. If you could just tell us where you're from, where you grew up at, where you lived, stuff like that. We're gonna let's start there. We're gonna ease into this.
Well, I've always lived in Virginia, except when I went to the military. But I was born in Fairfax, Virginia, and then later on I moved out to Culpeper, Virginia, which is out a little bit towards Fredericksburg, and joined the military. Been gone for about 18 years. And then I came back in 2017, and I've been back in Fairfax ever since.
Okay. Okay. Military. Thank you for your service, my brother. We see where the name Military Mind comes from.
Yeah, it's in contrast with two different things. It's one's physical, one's spiritual.
Okay, well let's talk about that. Let's talk about the spiritual side of that. No. Let's talk about the physical side of that.
Well, the physical side would be I joined the military in '99. Was at Fort Campbell, and I was actually there. I was actually in my barracks room the day that 9/11 happened, and I remember watching it on TV. It was hitting around here, and all my family lives in Northern Virginia, so there was a lot of concern there, and concern for everybody really, but.
Right.
I actually thought I was about to get deployed then, and then I got shipped off to Fort Bragg, and then I was there for a couple of years.
Just so some people may not know, where is Fort Bragg at?
Fort Bragg's in North Carolina. It's outside of it's right next to Fayetteville, North Carolina.
That's right. My uncle was actually stationed there at Fort Bragg. Shout out to all the soldiers out there at Fort Bragg.
Yes.
I had a great time out there in Fayetteville. Well, back then they were letting 16-year-olds into the club. You couldn't get a drink. You couldn't get a drink though. They'd tag you up so they knew. But they would let you up in there. You could get up in there.
Fayetteville is wild, man. That's so their hometown legend is J. Cole. He's from Fayetteville. And that's wild out there. I actually, their hometown legend is J. Cole. It was hard for me to understand because when I used to drive through Fayetteville, it didn't look that bad to me. But I used to watch the news in the morning. I was like, man, this is the same place right down the street. And it was wild, man. So as I was there longer, I started to see it. But
right. Well, before we go any further, let me plug you into the chat because we are on Amazon Live. Shout out to everybody on Amazon Live. Shout out to those on Facebook watching and those on YouTube as well. But we do have some chats going on. I'm trying my best to keep up with these chats. I just started adding a bunch of different streams, so I'm just trying to keep up with them. But my wife says, "Welcome everyone," and comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. Oh, my mom is on. Evening. She says, "Evening, everyone." And my wife says, "Hey, Chris," and she says, "Hey, Rochelle," which is my mom. My mom says, "Great shopping," and she knows that Fort Bragg is in Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
hey, Melissa, Rochelle, how y'all doing? I can't see the chat. Can I see the chat on my side?
No, I'm kind of gonna have to relay it to you.
Okay.
Unless you had like another monitor you were watching it on or something like that. So you're subject to me being on point with the chat. My mom says she's doing well. She says she's doing well. So all right. So this is the physical side of Military Mind Productions, right?
Yeah, it's Military Mindset Productions.
Military Mindset Productions.
Yeah, when I explain it more, you'll understand why it's called that.
Okay, so now you going into the spiritual side now?
Well, I
Or are
could
you
finish
still in
up.
the physical?
Yeah, I could get to the physical part
Okay.
where it actually landed me. So I left Fort Bragg in 2000 and at the end of 2003. I just met my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and I got sent over to South Korea. And
Mm.
so from there, I was there for about 4 months, and me and my wife, we talked about it. I told her I was going to be gone for a while, and then the blow was 4 months in, I got orders to go to Iraq, and which has never happened before from there. And so they told us we were going to be gone for like maybe another 2 years. And
So hold on a second. So you meet this young lady
mhm.
and you tell her, "Hey, I'm gonna be gone for a little while. I'm going to Korea."
Yeah, I was going to South Korea.
So you go to South Korea
Hmm.
and you're like, "Hey, I'll be right back."
I didn't say that. I gave her a full warning. I'm gonna be gone for a while. It's like, you
so,
know,
so you kept it real. You kept it real.
yeah. I mean, I already know. I'm a realist. I understand. I don't want to have somebody tied down while they're waiting on me.
Right, right.
So I get there, and 4 months in, this unbelievable news happens that no one would have ever seen coming. And mind you, I was on my last tour of duty. I was about to get out the military, and they were like, you guys are getting deployed. We were going into Fallujah, which anybody that was around there at that time, they knew how wild Fallujah was. And
Right.
I called my wife again. She's still my girlfriend, and I was like, "Look, they're saying I'm gonna be gone for 2 years. This takeoff, no problems. I wouldn't hold it against you. It's a long time." And she kind of got mad and was like, "Nah," And I was like, "Look, 2 years, man. Like, let's be real here." And
Oh, she was feeling the kid.
oh yeah, I
She was
mean,
feeling the kid.
I don't expect anybody to, especially someone I'm not. We had known each other for about 6 months at that point.
Right, right.
So I was like, I wouldn't expect somebody to wait that long when they haven't even known me that long.
Right.
So, yeah, so she got mad, and then whatever, they let us come home for about 2 weeks before we had to start training. And we actually got married on that 2 weeks.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, so it
Amen.
so I get married, get sent there, came back, trained, got sent there, went to Kuwait for about a month, and then we convoyed into Fallujah, Iraq. And so that's where the beginning of the spiritual side began, because I was one of those people who, my parents grew up taking me to church and everything, but
Right.
I was like one of those people. Yeah, I'm a Christian, but not like, it was not really a relationship at all. It was basically, yeah, I believe that, but I'm gonna do what I want.
Right, right, right,
So
right. Hold right there. Hold right there. We got to address these chats. Doc Williams saying what's up real quick. What's up, Doc? What's going
what's up,
on?
Doc?
We got a bunch of stuff happening here, and let's not forget where we're at in what you're explaining. But I do want to touch on this real quick. Jennifer Lude says, "Hey, Avery and Chris." My wife says, "Jennifer, how's it going?" "Hey, Mel, I'm great. How are you? I got a hurricane coming my way."
Oh wow.
So she in Florida. "Oh yes, I was just hearing it was headed towards Florida. Is it supposed to be bad?" I was just watching the news, and it was kind of saying it was going to get real. She said it could be a lot of flooding, 5 to 8 feet.
Wow.
I'm not close to the water at all. My mom says, "Stay safe." My wife says, "What? Oh, yes. Are they having anyone evacuated?" But Jennifer says she's not close to the water, though.
Yeah, but Florida's got water on both sides, so You know, I got family down in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay. And Tim Bird says send love and prayers to Florida.
Definitely.
And Doc says touch me up on what's going on. There's a hurricane coming through Florida, Doc. Doc says bless up everyone. Yeah, so that's tough stuff. All right, so I believe where you're in Iraq, you're already married. And so,
and I got 4 kids, so keep that in mind.
And 4 kids at the time.
Yeah.
Good gracious. So y'all putting in work. You know, she's there with the kids.
Well, just to be clear, I didn't make the kids. They became my kids.
Okay, so she already had kids.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to all the stepdads out there who don't claim to be stepdads.
I'm not a stepdad. I'm a dad.
Come on now. Come on with it. Come on with it. Man, I gotta tell this story real quick, Chris, because this is kind of where we're at. My dad, who wasn't my biological dad, he raised me, and this joker was in court one day, and the judge asked him if he wanted to pay child support for me, though I wasn't his. And he told the judge, that's my son.
Wow.
I'll pay what I need to pay. Just go ahead and put it on the books.
That's cool, man.
Go ahead and put it.
That's a good man.
Come on. Come on now. My mom asked me why I was putting our business out in the streets.
I don't have nothing to do with that, Mom.
I plead the fifth.
I'm just in the conversation.
Shout out to all the dads out there. Hey, man, if I get a chance to give him a shout out, I give him a shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is documented. I'm sorry. So you marry, and then you take on the responsibility that comes with it. You do your thing. JK Quality says that's a great message. JK, thank you for that. JK, hit the follow if you guys are just joining. If you're not following already, go ahead and hit that follow button. So I mean, that's a lot. JK, thank you for the follow. Feel free to browse the carousel. Click unmute so when I'm live, you can hear me well. Comment in the chat. Where you from? Where you at? Thanks again for the follow. Here's a pound and a dap. JK, thank you for coming through. We got Chris Huns on, CEO of Military Mindset Productions. And okay, so let's continue. You're overseas now. And you pretty much what did me and my wife call it? It was like a instant family.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think that's what we had. We had like an instant family.
I went from being single to married with 4 kids instantly. So it was definitely a learning experience for sure. But there's a blessing in all that, because when I was at E5 when I got deployed. So I was a sergeant. I had soldiers under me, and sometimes soldiers be acting like kids. When you got to sit there and always chase them down, and sometimes they want to resist your authority, and and I've always been a calm leader. I never walked around acting like I was big and bad. All I expected was to get treated with the same. If I say you respect me, I respect you. I said, just do what I say. I'm not going to tell you to do something that's unnecessary. This is what's got to be done.
Right.
So it's, I try to be fair, and I've carried that to where I'm at right now. And it's just like that kind of prepared me, because there were some kids, I was 27 then, And I had soldiers that were just fresh out of out their parents' house. So it was like dealing with some teenagers a little.
Right, right.
And so that, people don't like authority all the time. And I mean, I felt like I was fair. So, at the end of the day, it kind of like built me till when I got home. All my kids were young though. They were starting at like 9 months to 7, so they were all still kind of young.
Wow.
But what was crazy is that, I got there and, it's hard to explain what it's like to be in an environment like that. It was pretty bad. And I just, like I said, I had a strange peace when I got there. There were people that were nervous. And I mean, I was always aware of my surroundings, but I felt like God gave me a peace when I got there. And
Right, right.
it was funny because one of my soldiers, he was like, we would get hit with mortars, and he'd be like, "Man, why do you look so calm through all this?" I'm like, because I said, God's either gonna let me go home or He's gonna take me home. I said, it's not up to me,
Right.
And it's like, and then when I said it, I actually heard myself say that, and I kind of lived with that whole philosophy the whole time. I was superstitious. I carried a Gideon Bible and my right pocket, my left side cargo pocket. I had
Okay.
I had a
So
flower with
like
my
up
wife.
here. So you had it up here.
No, I was in my pants.
Oh, pants. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, left pocket. Okay. I'm trying to envision this thing. I'm
yeah.
I'm up in here with you right now.
So I had a flower with my wife's perfume, and I put it in this Gideon Bible, and I wrapped it in a sandwich bag, and I put it in my pocket. I said, as long as the Bible's on me, I'm not gonna get hit, because this is God's word.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was dealing with. But it's ironically, I never really read it. I never read it. I opened up, smell it. That's what my wife smells like because I've been gone from her so long. Put it back and get back to
Mm,
business. So it was like, but as the year went along, so many things happened. We did lose a lot of guys there, sadly, and I lost friends there. And the whole time I was just living day by day.
yeah.
And so by God's grace, I made it out of there. Finally got back home, and then that's when I thought I was a believer then, but I wasn't. But we would go to church. I was going through the motions then, like just showing
Yeah.
up, just because that's what I thought I was supposed to do.
Right, right. Well, let me hold on. Let me stop you right here. Let's speak to these chats here. Avery's mom says, "Chris, you're a cool cat." All right, that's over on Amazon. Shout out to all my people on Amazon. Hit the follow. If you're on Amazon, you're just joining us, go ahead, hit the follow button. My Facebook friends over here. Uh, Doc says, "Can your boy come closer to the camera? I just like to see faces." And then Doc says, "My first dad tried buying my brother from my mom by in Florida, trying to slip him money under the table where they were eating." Okay, so I guess Pops was trying to hook him up. I would have took me a couple dollars. Um, and you see that new movie just came out, Father Stew on Netflix with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that.
I didn't see that, but I wanted to check it out. And just real quick, Avery's mom says, please give a shout out to the moms who raised the kids that we didn't birth as well. So that goes both ways.
Amen.
Because I got a beautiful wife that has helped me raise two boys that are not hers. And
Absolutely.
I guess all our business out in the street now, huh?
You guys, hey, I could speak firsthand. You guys are amazing parents.
Man, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I got a story I'd like to tell about y'all, but I don't want to throw us off track right now.
I mean, whatever, we doing our thing right now. But I do want to, I do, go ahead if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it now because my brain's everywhere. But so I was my oldest son plays basketball. He does a lot of AAU. We were up in I think we were up near Hampton or What's it? It's Newport News, Hampton, and what else is over there?
Newport News, Hampton. I think
No,
you might have been in Suffolk or
I was.
Chesapeake.
It was Suffolk. That's where I was
Suffolk.
at.
Okay.
So we were at some big place, and me and you had only talked online, like, and then we called each other. I think we had talked over the phone at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I called you up and let you know I was going to be there, and you guys invited me over to your house. You never met me in the physical. You just invited me over. You made dinner. We sat outside. We chopped it up till like midnight, I think, that night.
Yeah. Yeah. We did. Yeah.
And I was like, man, that was like the first time, especially in my Christian walk, that I felt so welcome somewhere. And I was sitting there the whole time like, they didn't even know who I really was, except over, talking over the phone. And I had never met your wife up until that point.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and you guys fed me, had good conversations. It was just, I'm never going to forget that, man. That was a blessing, man. That was definitely something that, it still blows my mind to this day, because that was the first time it happened, and it's probably the last time it's happened since.
Hey man, I'm glad you remember that, man. That is awesome. But we try to be welcoming and stuff like that for sure.
And your children were great. Like, they sat out there and we all talked out there. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, they still ask for you. They're still looking for you, man. So they're like, is Chris gonna come over? I'm like, man, that was like 2 years ago, a year ago or something, man. But we will be in Washington, D.C., October 15th. We are going to the Bible Museum.
Yeah, that's right. That's not too far from here.
Yeah, yeah. So we can maybe connect when we get up there. My mom says, next time you're in town, please stop by and I'll cook you a nice meal.
I've considered even retiring down in that area, because I like that area down there. It's nice, and it's just, you got the ocean, you got everything you need there.
Yeah, man. We're like 10 minutes from the beach, and on every end.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I like about here.
Yeah.
But enough about us. Let's talk about you. James Wilson says, "Sup, men of God." James Wilson, what's up, man? Hey, James,
Go on,
man.
James.
Thank you for coming through, James. I would be honored if you would click the link and come over to Amazon and just say what's up. Hit the follow button for us, and I would appreciate that, man, if you did that. I'm trying to get everybody over here. But so where are we at now? We're Afghanistan. We kind of skipped over some events. We know you lost people in Afghanistan when you were there.
It was in Iraq.
Iraq. I'm sorry.
That's
Iraq. Did you have any close calls when you were over there or anything? Like, did anything happen that was like...
It happened a lot. Like, I'm not even kidding, man. Like, this is when all this stuff became real to me. Like, I was with a guy who ironically was from here too. Like, we didn't know each other here. He was one of my soldiers. He was from Fairfax, and me and him got put together, and we were in this one place where we had a 4-hour shift where we had to rotate, and every night that month we were on it. And I was getting ready to go on R&R, so I was so close to getting to be able. I remember asking God, like, Lord, if I don't make it out here, at least let me see my family one more time. But like that month, every night between that time we were on, it was just when we were there, we would get all this action through rockets and mortars. And one night I remember so clearly, because it was when I knew God had angels or himself there protecting us. And a rocket was launched. And as soon as it launched, I could tell it was coming towards us. And I told him to hit the ground. I had a foul mouth back then, so I was cussing. And I grabbed my helmet like they train you, and then I just was getting ready to embrace it. And I was up on a 3-story building, and I'm scared. Wow. I'm scared of heights. So I was sitting there thinking, like, all of this happened in seconds, but like it felt like it was a long time. And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna get thrown off the building. I was like, this is like 2 of the worst things that could happen.
Right. And
So
you're
it's like,
thinking this why it's happening like
yeah,
it's in slow motion.
I was literally because in the military when something happens, they tell you to grab your Kevlar and pull so you're like kind of like shielded a little bit. And it was just
Wow.
crazy because I sat there and it went right over top of us. I mean, you could almost feel the air coming through. And I heard it land, right? I said,
Yeah.
okay, it didn't hit us. So I looked up and I promise you, man, a second one was coming. And it
Wow.
was when I tell you it felt like I was in a movie, I looked to the side and it was coming right towards us. And then out of nowhere, it just turned and did this weird curve. And it went in between the buildings. And it didn't hit, man, by God's grace, it didn't hit anybody, which is crazy because there's people walking around. This is, like an area where there's a lot of traffic. And I got up and I just remember saying, thank you, Lord. Like when my adrenaline had me like, I was like, and
Wow.
but even though in that moment I knew God did that, I knew it immediately. I never even doubted for a second. It wasn't until later on that the soldier's psalm in the military, Psalms 91, and there's two verses in there that really hit me. It was he gives his angels charge over thee, which is other versions say he gives his angels orders concerning you. And then the other one that says the arrow will fly by day and fly by night, but it won't come near you. And those two verses, like in that moment, just was such a reality
Yeah.
that I was like, man, you sit there and think, why? So why did this happen? But like he was literally showing me that nothing was going to hit me. And it was all him. I mean, I'm not John Rambo. He protected
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, maybe it was. I mean, I had more children to come. I actually have 6 kids now, but I had more kids coming, and I believe that God knows every person before they come. So, He was preserving life for His greater purpose.
Man.
And so, I mean, that's really the gist of where that happened. But like, yeah, there was more nights. That was probably the night that I remember the most because it did happen a lot. But that night was crazy. Like, I'll never forget that moment. It was insane. But we had a lot of other nights where they were aiming at us basically because we were way up in the air. Like we were pretty much open. We were
Oh,
open season.
yeah, it was open season on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Man. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back and hear from Chris Huns, Military Mindset Productions, and we're gonna get into his music as well. It is in the carousel, so make sure you go through this carousel. Okay, go through the carousel, check it out. We got comments in the chat. I just want to touch on those. Doc says, I'd love to ask a question. Sup, men of God. What's up, James? Tim Bird says, incredible. Thanks for your service, James Wilson. DJ Ajuice says, what's up, brother? DJ Ajuice, we got to get you on the show. Ajuice, click the link, my brother, and come on, check us out on Amazon as well so you can kind of see the full scope. So when you come on, that was one of my first producers that I had, DJ Ajuice. Shout out to DJ Ajuice. We got Tim Bird in the building, the legend, Motown. He was on here this week from Motown. Michael Bivins was his manager. I didn't know that. That
That's crazy.
So shout out to Tim Bird in the building. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and I'm just gonna show you this next product real quick. It's on my cell phone. And if you look at my cell phone, you can see it now. It may not be clear. I think it's still I got it on human focus, but when you turn the cell phone, it gives you this privacy. You see that? And then you can see it again there. And that's just the PD Kiss compatible screen protector. All right, that's the screen protector. Next up, I just want to touch on another product. I'm going to be quick. All right. Roku. I rock with Roku. The reason why I like Roku, very simple. It comes with the live TV. If you're ready to cut the cord, if you're ready to get rid of something, that cable bill, and you're just trying to get into your streaming swag, okay? If you're just trying to do your streaming swag, this is where you need to be at. Get you a Roku, okay? Comes with live TV. You can also add your Apple TV, Netflix, Hulu, all that great stuff that y'all like to watch where you got to stream your stuff. I think Doc was watching Netflix earlier, and he could have did that with his Roku device. If he had Roku, he could have did that there as well. So check out Roku. We're going to get into the song real quick. Who would have? This is Tim Bird featuring L. Harris. And be sure to go through the carousel and check out the music. Check out the music in the carousel. Let's go. Let me know if you guys can hear it okay.
There you go. Just a love story.
DJ A Juice in the building. What's up, brother? He says, okay, cool. I got you. Thanks for the shout out. Good to see you doing your thing. God bless. God bless you, man.
It started out as a crush when I thought of us, fantasies filled with a lust. But who would have known something special in store to cause my heart for yours? We were special for sure. You laugh, you smile, your hair, your eyes, the swear, you walk, your hip, your thighs. I saw every part of you. A work of art, priceless. I love the flow.
If you're just joining us, hit that follow button. If you on Facebook, come over to Amazon, check us out. Hit that follow. 15 follows. We're giving away a $25 gift card. Hit the email for interviews. Shelby, thank you for the follow. Hello, how you doing? We see you, Shelby. 325. Let's go.
Played the game I won. You ended up with a ring. Dad, husband, confidant, became a couple of things. A better man. Got me feeling blessed for a change. Mother, daughter, wife. Many hats that you wear. Pulled in so many places, but you always were there. Came with baggage just lightweight. Let me carry it for you. Came with my own dirty laundry. You was packing it for me. We the best of the storms. Let it dance in the rain. Stuck by me through the hurt. Coming smile through the pain. You an angel on earth. Everybody you exceeded. Never knew what I wanted. You everything that I needed. Forever plus eternity. That's a slogan for us. You give me your everything. Love, loyalty, trust. My beautiful black queen who won't carry my name. My highest honor to love you. Let me know I'm a king.
Woo!
We would be together.
Last forever.
You would have my baby. It'd be us. We would be together. You would last forever. You would have my baby. It'd be us. Who would have known? I love you, Tiffany Harris. The Mrs.
Shelby says she'll be right back.
My wife, my friend, my everything. Forever plus eternity. Who would have known it'd be us?
Who would have known? That's Tim Bird featuring L. Harris. Y'all can find that anywhere. You can get it on Amazon. Yes, you can stream it on Amazon, but you can also get it on YouTube, Apple Music, all major streaming platforms. It's there. It's there. All right. So we in the building. We're talking with our brother here, Chris Huns, and man, we getting deep here, man. We're getting deep. So let's get into it a little bit. I'm trying to kind of bring us back to where we were at. You're getting blown off of buildings and stuff. Well, you didn't get blown.
Nah.
I mean, I'm turning it now. Now I just turned you into Bruce Willis. I mean,
You
it's
gave the
enough though.
alternate in. You gave the alternate ending.
I know. But so you're going through this stuff. I mean, you guys are being shot at every day, missiles launching, all this stuff is happening. I mean, it's real.
Yeah,
It's real. And so
we had some days where nothing happened. I mean,
right.
Right. There was this one period where for 3 weeks nothing happened, and I was getting it was like, when you do that little thing with the Jack in the Box and the bus.
Yeah,
it's like something's gonna happen. This is too quiet.
Yeah. So and we're talking. I just want to bring those who are just coming on. Please hit that follow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I just want to bring those kind of up to speed where we're at. We're talking about Military Mindset Productions, and there's a physical part that Chris has got the name from, and then there's a actual physical. I mean, there's a spiritual part too. We're still dealing with the physical part of this, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're just kind of going through how we get to the Military Mindset Productions. So we're going through the process pretty much of how he got the name. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you guys a quick snapshot of where we're at. And so now I mean, I guess we can leave the war, right? Or are there some more things you want to touch on there?
No, I mean, that's basically.
I kind of dragged you back into it. I know. I dragged you back there.
Yeah, that last part with the incidents and everything, it was a major part. Like, so because I did the sinner's prayer card when I was 5. And all that stuff. So I was like, I'm sealed because I did this card. Not really knowing. And so when I got home, it was like, I'm back here. But here's the thing that happens when you get home. Luckily, I had a dad. He was drafted. He never joined the military. He was drafted into Vietnam. And so he was in probably worse combat than I was. And he had already told me kind of what kind of happens when you get home. So when it was happening, I understood it better than if I was just like thinking I was just going to come back. Because we landed back in, we didn't land back in Korea. We came back to Fort Carson, Colorado, up in Colorado Springs. And I'd never been there. And it's beautiful there. Like the Rockies, they're like majestic. And we landed, we got off. They gave us McDonald's meals, which I was like extremely happy about. I was like the first meal I got when I got off the plane. And we did land in JFK, so I got some New York pizza real quick. But then we went to Colorado and met back up with our families. And it just, it was not easy moving forward. So what you even when you know what's going on, we had several incidents where people came back and they flipped out and it costed lives. So it's like, dealing with that. And I knew somebody real close to me that did it. And it was mind blowing because he was calmer than me,
Yeah.
So, anyways, so, me and my wife, we're dealing with, because think about this, we had never lived with each other.
Wow, that's right. That's right. So, yeah.
And so now I'm living with someone, which I never had before. And just having a family. And then, a month after I got there, my 5th child was, she got pregnant with her. And It was just a lot, man. I don't even want to
Wow.
go through all of it. It was a lot, but fast forward. This was 2005 when I got home. 2007, we were out there military. I got out around February 2006. Moved to South Carolina, which we never lived there before. We ended up in Myrtle Beach for about 2.5 years. We lived there, but in God's providence, He put a guy there for that was he was from Brooklyn, but a lot of New Yorkers and people from Boston and New York, a lot of them live in Myrtle Beach when they retire. But
Right.
this guy had come down with his family, so he was like my age. I think we were
Okay.
both I was in my late 20s, I think, at that time.
Shout out to Michael Jones, who just came over from Facebook. Shout out to Mike Jones. Make sure you hit the follow. You may already be following. If you're not, go ahead and hit that follow. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You saw me,
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry,
right?
just trying to keep up with the chat here.
Yeah, no, yeah. Make sure you do that because I'm glad people are here being able to listen to it. But yeah, so he invited me to church and he started like witnessing to me, and he would meet up with me after church. But he gave me some Christian hip hop music, and
Okay.
I'm a lifelong hip hop fan. I still am. I've been listening to hip hop since 1987. So
1987.
yeah, it was a good year.
Come on.
But that was when it was just amazing. But anyways, so he gives me this and I'm like, oh, Christian rap? I was like, nah. I mean, I took it and I put it in my glove compartment. I put it away from I made mixed CDs when I was young because I always wanted just to be able to, I hated taking disc out. I wanted to
Right.
so I had a whole bunch of mixed CDs. I had like 30 mixed CDs that I made. I only had two. I listened to 99% of what I listened to was hip hop, and then I had like two R&B ones. I had a modern R&B, and then I had the old school stuff like the Commodores and the Gap Band and
Okay.
all the good stuff. And so the rest was hip hop. And then I took these two CDs he gave me and put them in my glove compartment, right? So I was riding. I had to go to the VA. And
who were on those CDs?
which ones?
The two in the glove box.
Oh, so their name was one guy's name was Shaolin.
Shaolin, shout out Shaolin.
He's out of Philly.
I gotta ask if anybody in the chat has heard of Shaolin. Shaolin. Go ahead. And who was the other one?
They were called Everyday Process, and they were out of, I don't know if they were from Philly, but they were near it.
Okay.
Everyday Process, yeah. And on their album, because they were part of this Christian, I didn't know this at the time, but these were the main guys, Cross Movement, right? They Everyday Process was on Cross Movement Records. So they had a bunch of dudes on there that I never heard of. So that's how I dig for music. So that's how I started exploring. Well, mind you, I put Shaolin CD in, and I thought I was going to pull it right back out because I did not have good experience with Christian rap before that. And so I put it in. This guy starts rocking. I was like, man, this dude is a monster. Like, and I literally never skipped a song on that album. It was called Solus Christus, and it was an amazing album.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, well, this guy can rap. Let me see what these guys, and they were pretty good too. But they had other artists on there like R. Swift. They had Lecrae was on there, Trip Lee, all these other guys I had never heard of before. And that's how I started expanding out and finding all these guys I had never heard of that actually could rap. Like they were good.
Yeah.
Like they had high quality lyrics and beats. I was like,
fire. He was like, this is fire.
I was like, wait, how come I never knew about these guys? Because I prided myself in knowing. I know about rappers that most people don't even know about.
Right. Yeah.
But
so you're at heart, you're a digging in the crates B-side, A-side too, but you know the B-side as well.
I'm more on the B-side than the A-side.
Okay.
Because growing up, the B-side always had that track that wasn't on an album that was like Gangstar. They had Dwick. before
Right.
it even got on a record.
Right. Yeah.
So like the B-sides were always good and back in the day. That was when there was cassette singles, and I remember getting Wu-Tang on cassette before they had even most people even knew about them around, at least in Northern Virginia. And it was like, yeah, I dig for music. And I mean, I'm always looking, I grew up getting the Source, getting Rap Master. There was some other stuff, but the funny thing is I didn't have cable growing up, so I didn't get to watch Yo MTV Raps unless I might have went to my grandma's house and watched it sometimes.
Okay.
But I didn't get to watch it like consistently. But there was a show called Pump It Up that came on like at 1 o'clock in the morning on like Fridays and Saturdays sometimes. It didn't always come on. It would just come every now and then. So I would like, if I fell asleep, I would just hit the record button and let it go through. And you know how you used to do it. And
Yeah.
that's where I started like hearing like this, because back then they didn't show much love to hip hop.
Right.
Like you had to like, now you go in the store. I go in the stores now. I hear like Sir Mix-a-Lot over and TJ Maxx. I'm like, back when I was a kid, they had like Carly Simon and all these other people. Tears for Fears playing.
Tim Bird says, "Yep." Mike Jones says, "Yes, sir. I'm a 47. Cats don't know." Oh,
Yeah,
he said, "I'm 47. Cats don't know." Okay, I got you, Mike Jones. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm 45, so we were close.
Y'all in that era, right? Right in the.
But that's the only way we got it. And so Pump It Up, man, they used to play some underground. And this was back when videos weren't $1 million. They were like, I don't know how much they were, but they were still good. And that's where I got put on to a lot of guys. Because they would hide, like, I remember EPMD. EPMD is what set me off in hip hop. The Strictly Business album, that I was sold after I heard that album.
Right.
They were on Pump It Up, and they would play their videos. And I remember so when I actually saw them on there, they were already on their third album, Business as Usual, and they played Gold Digger. They had So What You Saying on there, like all the good stuff.
Right.
And then they would play all these other stuff, and I was like, man, how come I don't know about these? And we didn't have no internet. You had to go looking. You had to go into record stores.
Right.
And then
we had a local store called Strawberries.
Yeah,
it was called Strawberries, and it was right next to my house.
Well, really?
Yeah, I had a Strawberries. Literally, it was like a 5-minute walk. I lived right behind the mall, and I could just walk over to Strawberries and I would get everything as soon as it came out. And they had this little shelf that I think it was like 99 cents or $2 shelf where you could get a full album, a full tape, not album. It was just a tape. And I would go over there and get them. Mike Jones says, yeah. And that's why a lot of people don't understand my underground music. Anything back in the days were mostly underground. Yeah. You had to search. Yeah. Strawberries in the Leominster Mall area. He knows what I'm talking about. Is it
still there?
No, it's not there anymore. It's like a dentist place now. So
yeah, we had TJ. Not TJ Maxx. It was called Waxy Maxie's and Sam Goody's. We had those, and then like little shops here and there that would have music. But yeah, you did like. I remember going to Kmart, and they would have this little cassette rack tape, and they would have Rap Master. They had these series called Rap Masters, like 1 through 12, and then I got this. It was kind of corny. It was called Cool Rap, but the album had like Strictly Business. It had EPMD, NWA, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys. It even had the World Class Wrecking Crew on it. So
right.
It had like all what would be now considered classic songs on it. And I would get stuff because that just when you said they were like 99 cents, you could get it for like between 99 cents to like $3.99 and
right.
Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff like that too, man. Because I'm a collector by nature, I still got a lot of music. And when you remember when I came to your house, I went up to that record store in Norfolk.
Yeah, you was dusting up. Oh, DJB.
Yeah, it was a Fresh Radio.
Yep. Fresh Radio. Shout out to DJB, Fresh
Yeah,
Radio in
he was
in
there.
Norfolk.
We talked a little bit. I went through and I got a bunch of vinyl up there, man.
Did you find some good stuff?
Oh yeah, man. I love that record store, man. If I lived around there, I'd be broke. Because he's got some good stuff up there, and and I love how he's got his radio station there.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. DJ Aju says, "Wow, you taking it back, brother. Strawberries. I remember buying records there." Shout out to all the record diggers. I still haven't got my record player yet, but it's on its way.
Where with Strawberries in Massachusetts or Virginia?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yeah, A-Juice is in Massachusetts. DJ A-Juice. That's like the legendary DJ around the way. Like, he got a barbershop too.
Wow.
So he's a DJ. He DJ'd my wedding. Shout out to DJ A-Juice. He DJ'd my wedding, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it up for him.
I tell you what, the Boston scene I love the Boston scene back then, especially the way Ed OG and the Almighty RSO was there.
Yeah.
Guru was from Boston. I mean,
Yes, sir.
I think Crumb Snatcher is from there, right? He's from Boston.
He Crumb Snatcher is from the same place that DJ A-Juice is from.
Yeah.
And DJ A-Juice and Crumb go back. Go back. So that's like, if you want to know Crumb Snatcher, DJ A-Juice and Crumb, that's like the beginning of Crumb Snatcher.
Wow.
Is Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
And Big Shug was out there too, right?
Big Shug, Dorchester. Yep,
yeah.
Big Shug's from Dorchester.
I mean, that scene is amazing.
Oh yeah. A lot of B-side out there. Well, we got Bobby Brown. We got. Hey, all right, now we got a little more than B-side in Massachusetts. Okay.
I don't think Ed OG is a B-side at all. Like, I remember the first time I seen him was on Pump It Up.
Oh really?
Yeah. I got to have it. It came on there, and that song I love that song, man. I still play that. I still play it. It's a good song, but yeah, it was just It's just I every time I go in, I'm like, I'm not gonna get nothing, and then I end up leaving out with all this stuff that I really, especially if there's records there, because now, especially, I work with the records now, so.
Wow, Tim Bird says Crumb used to record at my house. True story.
Wow.
He showed me sound design without knowing we were doing sound design. Yo, this dude just keeps coming with it, man.
I'm telling you, man, you might have to do a B-side of his interview.
Yo, we got to run that interview back. You know the big cuzzo? Come on, man.
Tim, man, he's legendary.
We're going to get Crumb on here. We're going to get Tim on here, DJ A-Juice. We're going to bring Chris back. We're going to get everybody on here at once, and I just want to see what y'all got to talk about.
So I'll tell you what, Crumb, for me, the first time I ever heard him was on Make 'Em Pay.
Make 'Em Pay.
Like, that was, I remember playing it. I was already way deep in the Gangstar at that point. And
wait, hold on, Chris. Before we go into that, I gotta go to commercial break.
Okay.
I gotta get to my next product. Before we get into that, and this is gonna be a quick one, so it's gonna be a quick one. Let's see where we at. Are you in the need of a good coffee break? Do you wake up in the morning and need to bust open a little bit of coffee to get your mojo flowing for the day? Well, go ahead and get you a single coffee maker.
It's just every time I go in, I'm not forgetting, and I end up leaving out with all this stuff that I really.
Go ahead and spray your chicken down. Shout out to DJ A Juice. He said that's a good idea. That would be fire, brother. DJ A Juice, make sure you and Tim Berg connect. Two OGs, two legends in the building. We're talking with Chris Huntz, CEO, Military Mindset Productions. All right, so we're back. We had to take a let me fix my while we in here. Let me fix my scoreboard here for y'all, because the score is now 13 up on Monday Night Football. So y'all even getting the store here.
Who's playing?
Dallas.
And the Giants.
And the Giants, yeah.
Who's winning?
Tie score.
Wow. Man, New York's been showing up though.
They look like they trying to win this one. They trying to take this one to the house.
I hope they do. I mean, neither one of them are my teams, but I'd rather see New York win.
Oh man, who hates hearing those Dallas Cowboys fans on a Tuesday morning at work after they done spank somebody?
Man, you know how it is in Virginia, man. It's a lot of people are Washington or Dallas.
Mike Jones says, "Watch out for the Vikings."
Mm.
He says, "Watch out for the Vikings." Let me just check my chat here. Correction. He said, "Correction on the Crumb thing. It was actually DV alias Christ, not Crumb. Don't know how. Got them mixed up. LOL. My bad."
Yeah, that dude's tight too. He was part of Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gamblers crew.
This guy, man.
They had one of my favorite songs called "My Crew Can't Go for That." Oh my goodness.
Oh no, no can do.
It's funny. I had this like right in my crate. Can you see that?
Wow. Ed OG. Shout out. I gotta get Ed OG on here.
Yeah.
You gotta get Ed. I gotta get all the Boston.
This is him with Premier and P-Rock. How crazy is that?
Fire, baby. So we're going through. Now I did want to. Let me just switch my carousel up here because I gotta keep my Amazon folks shopping. I gotta keep them shopping. So y'all make sure if you're on Facebook, check our Amazon page out. I got plenty of things in the carousel for you to shop for. You may see something you like, you may not, but just click it and check it out. All right, hit that follow if you're just joining us. Hit that follow. All right. So yeah, we're with Chris Hunn's Military Mindset Productions, and we're just kind of kicking it, going through just how he views music. So a lot of people, man, I gotta tell you, a lot of people aren't into the craft in this way. I mean, music. Period. It's just not. It's just not there. They don't really look into the craft of it. But it seems like you're in touch with the craft of music. Like you're into music.
Oh yeah, I have been since, like I said, once I got hooked, I heard Strictly Business and I was hooked. I mean, I had listened to music before that, but when I really got as a constant listener of music, it was when that album dropped.
Right. Okay.
It might have been a little before because I think the album actually dropped in '88, but I just remember Strictly Business, and then from there I just that's how I found the Boogie Down Productions, Eric B and Rakim. You know, I'd already heard Nucleus. You know, I think everybody here back in the day heard Jam on It, and like
right.
In the '80s, everybody tried to do what you know, try to be like Dougie Fresh and the Fat Boys.
Yeah,
trying to beatbox.
Yeah,
they try to beatbox and skateboard.
Yep.
But yeah, that was when I actually got really into it.
You was done at that point.
Yeah, I was hooked. Yeah.
So you go through that period, and so this is the physical side, Military Mindset Productions. Take us through a bit of the spiritual side now, or were we mixing it up?
I kind of went down a rabbit hole because I was actually explaining how I got put on the Christian hip hop.
Okay, yeah. So that's where we're at now. We're okay.
So what was funny is at the time, like I was like, I said I got a Christian rap CD too, but it was something I had already made. It had DMX, Bone Thugs, Scarface, all these guys, like, you know, the songs where they actually talked about God on. I was like, this is my Christian hip hop.
Right.
But he was like, nah, I got something else. You know, they get into, you know, deep in theology. And so anyways, those two albums he gave me, I bounced off them. And that's when I started finding all these other guys. And Philly, I'm telling you, Philly is full of Christian rappers. I mean, they got rappers. I've always been a Philly fan, you know, with the Roots and Schoolie D and all them. But, you know, it was like, these guys were just like, I was blown away. I was like, man, these guys aren't even. And back then, a lot of Christian artists were giving out free mixtapes. They would get like, you know, beats we were familiar with, and then they'd throw these free mixtapes out, and like they'd be killing it. And I was like, man, these guys are good. And so from there, I grew and progressed, and you know, Christian hip hop started getting a little more commercialized. It started getting real popular.
Right.
And same with, you know, this secular hip hop is like, I was thankful to see it in that era where it was untainted at that point. Like when corporations got a hold of it, I just feel like hip hop wasn't like how it was. Like it
wasn't the same.
There was people still doing it, like Gang Starr, you know, like MOP. There were still people that were holding true to it, but there was also people just doing like really corny music, in my opinion.
Right.
And I mean, that's just my own opinion. Some people like it, but you know, you can still go mainstream without taking away from the elements. Which I took seriously because I still do to this day love the elements of hip hop. I mean, I love seeing Premier scratch a record. You know, Tony Touch, like those guys, I still like seeing that. And, you know, it's just, it's not like, I don't want people to try to bury that part of it because I don't know why they would want to, but Anyways, moving forward, I you know was being poured into because I was studying the scriptures myself. This guy was like meeting up with me every now and then. He was talking with me. He was explaining things deeper to me, and then I went and read the scriptures for myself and analyzed and went through it, and then that's when I came to the realization that I understand what this is saying. I was actually mind blown when I read the whole Bible as a whole.
Right,
And
right.
and then it was like, wow, now I get it. And like everything in it just came together. It's like a movie where you don't know what's all going on until you finally read it all together. And it's like,
Right.
and so I just, from there, just studied, and I didn't have a lot of, because I moved away to Fort Bragg. I actually came back to Fort Bragg as a civilian, and I worked there.
Okay.
I worked there as a civilian for about 5 or 6 years, but I lived there for 7. When I first got there, I was unemployed. And then because my wife had gotten a job first, and then I came, and then I was still in college. I took college through the military. They paid for me to go to college. And
That's a good move right there. Shout out Todd Thibodeau for coming through. He says, "Hey, buddy, what's up, Todd?" So we're talking about the music now, man. I mean, we've been on here. Let's play some of it. Let's play something. I got it queued up for you right here. This is Standing, Military Mindset Productions. This is featuring Promise, myself, Avrex, and Miss Dora, my man 2B1. Let's just get into it. Y'all hit them likes. Hit that follow if you're just joining us.
Right from out the mud, but he breathed first. Breath of fresh air, icing on that mug, cherry on top. Rightfully because of the key verse. I shouldn't be loved because of this curse. But Christ showed us the love without these perks. In the army of the Lord, in the army of the Lord, I'm standing, in the army of the Lord. Hey, come on. I move in the trenches with the V-Args in it. Who plans to be his witness, cause he's authentic. I seen all gimmicks, lean on pivots, post in the paint, toast with the saints, devote to the planks. He hung on, power lift with no smarts that's dumb strong. When the sun's gone, he praises, give all praises. Through his son righteous, he made us. The meaning of the savior, call me Julius, the slave of the servant, the Kanye. Used to lush trees, keys, piranhas. Now we plant seeds, we farmers, plans to be martyrs.
Military Mindset Productions, y'all. Check it out. It's in the carousel. YouTube, Apple Music. Just put it in your search, y'all. That's standing right there. Military Mindset Productions. That's Promise to be one. Miss Dora, myself, Ava Rex. Y'all know what time it is. We getting it done. We got Chris Huns, CEO of Military Mindset Productions. And we just chopping it up with him. We chopping it up with him. Todd Thibodeau says, good to see you. You doing good, brother? Yes, sir. Doing good, man. Nice to see you as well. Well, Michael Jones says, I want to make a track with so many artists, but I ain't paying because I think I got skills also, but in my own way. Hey, sometimes you got to pay, man. Sometimes cats do it for a living, man. And, you know, you got to pay him, man. You got to pay him. Hey, you know. Just real quick before we get back into it, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is a touch light. This is the touch light in the carousel, and my daughter likes to use that in her room. It's good for kids and all that good stuff. So she uses it in her room, and we also up next we got this Diomar under cabinet light, and this bad boy right here, I'm telling you, this is fire because you put this underneath your shelves. You can put it on top of shelves, and it's got a remote. I thought I had mine hooked up, but I don't. But it comes like this. You can hook it up with a remote, you know. And it's nice. It's nice. I like it. I like it. So go ahead and check that out. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and click the link. Come on over to Amazon. Follow us on Amazon. Give us a shout out on Amazon. Thank you. Mike Jones has came over from Facebook, so we appreciate that. And, go ahead and hit those follows. We are giving away a $25 gift card if we hit 15 subscribers. All right. So we are working to that. The score has changed to the game. Okay. So let me get that right for y'all. Let me get that right for you guys. For those who are watching the score, it has changed. Yes, it has changed. So it is now 20-13. And the Cowboys are putting it on them, and they're doing it. They must be doing it with a backup quarterback. I don't think Dak is playing. So y'all are gonna hear it at work tomorrow if these jokers win this, boy. You gonna hear it tomorrow. That's for sure. That is for sure, for sure. So we're here with Chris Huns. We're just going through some stuff. We just played the track, Standing. On Military Mindset Productions. So let's get back into it, man. Let's get back into it. You just have this outlook on music that allows you to pick artists and pick tracks and put this stuff together, man. So where are you at now as far as musically? Like, where are you at as far as what kind of artists you're selecting for the songs you put together? Where, we kind of heard about your background, but where does that come from? What is your perspective on that?
On what?
On just picking artists to work with.
Well, I mean, it's just like anytime I hear a beat, I automatically I think of people that come to mind that I feel like could tear the track up, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, I've always been real picky about the music, and, it's like, I don't know if you ever listened to a song and like the first verse or two is good, and then they mess it up in the third part of the song.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, why'd you do that? Like, or why'd you do this here? And like, so I don't, at that time I had no, I didn't know how to put a beat down on anything, like,
right.
So moving forward. So I'm gonna move all the way forward to about 2020. It's like right at the beginning. I was sitting at work, and I had just started there. And keep in mind, I'm a civilian, but I've been in the military since. I took when I did active, I got out for a few years, and I came back in as a civilian. So now
let me just say something, because a lot of people be claiming this military mindset, and they ain't never been in the military.
Yeah,
I just had to throw that out there.
Yes, because to be honest with you, you could have a military. You can like if you're from the streets, it's kind of military. Like you got to move strategically.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really all about strategic moving. I guess people on Wall Street do it. You got. So yeah, I'm just calling it what I know it to be. That's where I got it.
Right.
I thought strategically before I went in the military. Just because where I was at. But
Mike Jones says chess. Yeah.
But it's like, it's definitely a mind state that is you have to have in life, period.
Right.
So
like
moving to the spiritual side when I became saved, it's like I started dealing with spiritual battles. Like, okay, I'm with the Lord now, but then you start seeing how hard life becomes. Like people try to sell you the fact when you become a Christian, life is easy, you got it all figured out. Nah, that's not how it works. It's hard.
That's right.
Especially when you go back to your old friends and they're expecting to owe you, but you're not him no more. Right. Even though I don't feel like I varied off what I was as a part to where I know where my source comes. I know that God is the center of my life. So I'm not going to do all the stuff I did when I was younger. Right, but I still want them to talk to me the same if that's where they're at. So don't make it seem like I'm some kind of alien. But those are minor problems. I'm talking about problems where things happen, or like just the mind state. The mind state I had before is like, how do you deal with this now? Because I got to represent for the Lord now.
Right.
And it's not easy. It's a constant battle. People are always trying to knock you down, especially when they find out because when you tell people you're a Christian, you become under a microscope and they expect you to be perfect, even though that's not the way it works. None of us are perfect, and we won't be until we go home to be with the Lord. But,
Come on, somebody. We talking up in here.
So anyways, the spiritual part of that dealt with just the constant battle, digging into scriptures. When the devil tempted Jesus in the wilderness, the only thing Jesus did was quote scripture to him. And as I was listening to this music, these guys used to throw out verses, and it made me want to look them up and then see how they were applying it to what they were saying. And just a lot of growing from that. And just feeling like I had somebody to talk to without somebody actually being there.
Right.
And, so fast forward to 2020, I went from my one job. So like I was saying, I never really leave the military environment, but I leave jobs. So I'm still in that system, but I'm at a different place now. Right. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I know what you're saying.
But so I get there, first month, there's nothing to do because I'm in processing. So I said, what do I do? So I started watching YouTube. Sometimes I didn't watch the whole day, so I don't think I did. And I watched a show called Rhythm Roulette, and Rhythm Roulette shows three producers. They'll grab three vinyl records, and they'll make a beat out of it. So they had Eric Sermon, Pete Rock, Ninth Wonder, who's one of my favorites. And they did that. I was like, man, they took three random records and made a beat. So that's when I was like, man, you know what? This is what I wanted to do when I was younger.
Right.
Ever since I saw Beat Street, I wanted to make beats. Because there was a part in Beat Street. This was back in the late 80s. There was a part in Beat Street where this girl came into his room and he showed her what he did with the turntables. And I being a kid, I was probably like 12 or 13 maybe. And I was like, man, that I want to do that. So I never had enough money to get all that stuff.
Right, right.
But it's like, so I had turntables and a mixer, but that was it. And they weren't even.
Tim Bird said Beat Street is classic.
Yeah, I still watch that movie over and over again. It's definitely one of my favorite movies. But I had 2 turntables, and they weren't good They weren't like Techniques. They were like Geminis. I don't even know if they make those anymore. I know the whole set cost like $200. It was like two turntables and a mixer. And so I couldn't really do much with that. I would just play the instrumentals and have people freestyle. I had vinyls and stuff like that. But then it's like, so I joined the military, got married, had a family, put all that to the side. 2020, I watched this show. I said, you know what? I as much as I complain about music now, like I'll say, I don't like that beat. Or sometimes you'll hear a good song where the lyrics are good, but the beat doesn't sound good, or vice versa.
Right, right.
So I was like, man, instead of complaining about it, why not try to figure this out and see what you can do on your own? Because I already know, I'm not trying to sound egotistical at all, because I still am a certified rookie at this. But I know how to find samples, because I listen to so much music and I hear stuff. I'm like, man, that would be good over a beat.
Right,
And
right.
so it's like, anyways, fast forward, I linked up with you, and you told me about the class you was in at Music Theory Studios.
That's right.
And I said, man, what's that? So I think you sent me the link or whatever. I called up, and Jazz opened, and shout out to them, Jazz and all them, because they're so great. And then Tim Bird on the chat was
shout out Tim Bird.
He was teaching me in jazz, and
this is a good segue. Because we're talking about it right now, but this is the MK3.
Yep.
If you got kids who are looking to get started and you want something that is affordable, you want something that they can actually use, okay? They can get their classes. Matter of fact, shoot me an email and I'll help you get a teacher. Shoot me an email and I'll connect you, okay? But this is the MK3 Micro MK3. All right. And then if you're already into it, they have the MK3. They have a larger version, just the regular MK3, and that right now is on deal. That's 7% off. That is 7% off right now. So you can also check that out. So I just wanted to throw that in there because it is in the carousel.
Yeah, and I still got that thing. That thing is really good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great controller to have. You know, but you know, I had to get that for the class.
Right.
So I got it, and then I started being taught by Tim, and he's a great teacher. Like, he's real patient. He knows how to explain things, because I need things in basic talk.
Right.
And he knows how to just lay it down, tell you, go through the steps. And then, like, I didn't know Knots was at that studio. Like, I've been a Knots fan since the late 90s, maybe.
Right.
And yeah, so like, it was cool that he was there, and just, and watching him, I watch him still. He's got the big MK, the big machine. I don't know what it's called. He'd be killing that thing, but yeah. So like, Tim started teaching me, and then went from there, and then I started learning through Rick G's, who's at the same place, great teacher too, and we started getting on the MPC-1, which I'm working on the most with right now, and so like, I started learning, but at the same time I was like, you know what, when I have something in my head, I can't really, like, I want to get it done. So I said, it'd be crazy if I found people who could make some beats and then try to match good artists over those beats.
Right.
And then I started thinking about the guys who influenced me in Christian hip hop. So I started DMing them and saying, hey, I have this idea, are you interested? And a lot of them did. A lot of them was like, yeah, I'm down, because I wanted to pay homage to them too, because I believe they're great artists.
Right,
And
right.
they poured a lot into me without ever knowing. And I've built relationships with a good handful of those guys. And also, but just like getting the beats, finding beats that I liked and they liked, and then we getting it mixed and getting an album. And that's where the first album came from. Yeah. The first Behind Enemy Lines came out. It was only 9 songs, 9 bangers. These guys send me
He
great
said nine
songs.
bangers.
They're all good. Like, I'm not even just saying that, like, because I'm not taking credit for it. These guys, I got the beats. Some of them even had their own beats, and they came through and they sent me great songs. And
Wow. Wow.
that first album, it's available everywhere. It is all my, so far I got 2 out. The third one's about to come out. And then like they all have intro tracks where the first track is just somebody just going in. And they said, and the concept of all 3 albums is spiritual warfare. It's all about military mindset. That's where the physical war and the spiritual war all come together, where God used the physical to show me who's in charge. And then now I'm dealing with the spiritual. And that's what we touch on these albums. And even though these are different guys from different areas of the United States, and even different backgrounds, we all came together as one to put out this concept of battling spiritual warfare or dealing with the everyday Christian life.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because it's mine. Every song I've gotten has been great. And there's so many talented guys on there, so many good producers on there. I'm working to the point where I'm gonna have my beats on there. I really don't feel comfortable until I feel completely confident and I've mastered it.
Hey, I gotta tell you, you do got some fire though. You got some fire. I'm scrolling through your stuff, and I'm like, man, I need that. I don't know what's going on, but shout out to the people over there at Music Theory Studios.
Yeah.
Tim Bird and them, because you shelfing out some fire. Out some fire, bruh. I'm telling you right now.
I can tell you, I don't know where this is gonna go, but I can tell you that they will always be in my shout outs as my foundation, because I would have never even began to figure this stuff out.
Oh, the learning curve is just it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you don't know what to. They simplified the process.
Yep.
They really did, man, because I mean, I was up and running. I was just telling Tim Bird this the other day. I was up and running in like a month. I was dropping 5. I think it was after like the first or second class, because now I'm the student who was going home and doing his homework now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking up additional stuff to see what I need to do, and that way when I come to Tim, I'm deeper into the process. I'm not asking these surface questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little deeper, and he's able to be like, all right, boom. And I'm like, I gotta ask all the questions I can. I gotta ask all the questions I can while I'm paying for this class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have to put a fee on stuff like that because people won't take it seriously. And I was serious about that. I think it was like the end of COVID, well, middle, I guess, according to the president, COVID just ended last week, but some of us been out of COVID. So some of us been out of COVID since it started. You know what I'm saying? But but it is that doing your homework too, and we can see that you took it seriously. You took it seriously.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I love where I'm at right now, and I love the fact that there's still so much to learn. And just being able to create something like now, if somebody comes, because now it's like people come to me and they be like, hey, I want to be like this. And I'll be like, man, I don't know anybody has. So now I can just be like, you know what? I'm I don't want to have my beats sound like other people's beats, but I can say I can get something along that line where, you know, they want some, like I know people that like grimy beats, and then I know people that like them bouncy. Like one guy, he wanted me to make a beat. Have you ever heard Common's album B?
Yeah.
So the intro track, it's such a beautiful track, and Common comes in, he sets that tone of the album, and that track is just amazing. I don't know if Dilla made that or Kanye West. I don't know which one made it, but man, it's an amazing track. I'm like, bro, I can't. You want me to imitate that? I'm not doing that. Like that's his.
Yeah. I see what you.
Yeah. Like this is, but I can try to see if there's something that, you know, can be similar. But I don't ever want to recreate.
We're not gonna be. Yeah. Mike Jones says that's a great way of thinking. It's really, really hard. Tim Bird says Avery speaking facts. And we're just vibing out here, but hey, man, we can't go any further without playing another record. This is Behind Enemy Lines, and I'm being kind of, you know, I'm picking records that I'm on for people to listen. Hey, check this out, y'all. Do It for the King. Do you want it? Can you introduce this track and who's on it? Please introduce this track.
So this is Do It for the King remix, not the original. The original D Black did. This one is the remix, and it's got D Black, it's got Mouthpiece, it's got Avrix, it's got Dre Murray, and it's got Osaze Murray out of Maryland. And it's the beat was done by Bless Nazarite, and it's a banger. So
all right, y'all. We're going to get into this joint. And Bless Nazarite, where's he from?
He's from the Bronx, but he lives in Florida now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from the birthplace. Oh yeah, fuck. He's a boom bap artist.
Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get it. Do It for the King. The remix.
I do this for the king, for them rappers wrapped in bling bling. Locked and sing his blood to spring clean. Thugs that gunsling from blood and cuts team. The scene is obscene, but the scenery is right for the harvest. Whole family coming with gifts like the partridge. Artisans is arsonists, important it's like cartridges. It's marvelous like Hagler. Leave the 99 grind, go after the straggler. For the blood, they draw blood, we fake Draculas. No cap, you do the math, it's like calculus. No slack, Lee in his pack, I'm like Maximus. Sold out, he paid the tab, that's why they taxing us. They want to shut us down, kill the Christ in us. But the fight in us, like in us, don't like limits. So we break glass when it's like tinted. Sight centered on Christ when it's like grimace, like Mike, we strike
I retire my empty weight, I still feel free to walk through any hood like who want beef for my
military mindset, let's go.
Find a ticket by horseman's creed. In a whack industry with liars and brackets. You bring more calm than palm trees and hammocks. To the drug addict with vein tracks is used up. When the moon for the spoonful, they shoot up, shooting up. The astronauts and rockets, fish bowl over the neck, so in the pocket. Salvation helmet, the sword of the spirit. Curly ain't kid, I'm Lando with lyrics. Give me space, Star Wars with 4 doors. If you like the coupe, we can shoot like outdoors. Bar for the body, but the roof is our Lord. Do it for the king till he asks for encores. Oh,
do it for the king, do it for the king. We don't do it for a name, more than just a fame.
Let's go, it's in the carousel, y'all.
We do it for the king, do it for the king. Do it for the king, do it for the king. We don't do it for a name, more than just a fame. Ask me why I do it, I'ma say the same. We do it for the king, do it for the king. They ask me why I do this, I'm doing this for the truest. Hold up, it's the remix, I'm doing this with the truest.
Shout out to Bart, thank you for the follow. We doing hip hop in here.
from a different cloth, no average pattern after the one who patterned Saturn, the moon and the heavens. I'm consumed by his blessings, not consumed by the weapons of my enemy. My energy is inner seed. Tell Judas, been a key, I'm menacing. Walking like a boulder's on top, with a bonus like a lotus. At my lowest, I was stoic, not heroic. I'm devoted, know his word, living quoted, praise verbs, really show. Off the curb, on the road to the streets where I reached and leap. Bring my feet, land and plan, and understand that I do it for the
Wisdom
wisdom
and proverbs, synthetic parallelism, sprinkled through God's word, Shema, bearing sheet, anesthetic when I speak, synonymous with the speech, bon appetit, hating like Satan, man they Haman, downpouring dry season, boy he raining, Book of Chronicles, he logical, 714, counted 9 in the north, you need 11 more kings, don't do it for the rings or the fancy things, treat the track like perm, we can dance and sing, now it's praise to the most high, used to let the toast slide, now we break bread, think of him when we toast wine, hung him like a clothesline, opened up a closed mind, what we do it for, his majesty is beautiful, Sadducees was fluent though, came to dilute him, slow word became flesh, that's why we do it though.
We do it for the king, do it for the king. We don't do it for a name, more than just a fame. Ask me why I do it, I'ma say the same. We do it for the king, do it for the
Let's
king.
go.
Do it for the
Military
king.
mindset.
We don't do it for a name.
Productions is in the building.
Ask me why I do it, I'ma say the same. We do it for the king, do it for the king.
I was lost in need of a change. Images of dollar bills covered my brain. Even flooded medulla, hustling out a shooter. Any way you cook it, I was headed for flames. It was dark and hell is hot. Slipping through like melted pot. Satan's moonlight, yeah, let me take my shot. 2 left feet, but I give it all I got. Spin and turn a lot. Like I know what I'm doing. I think I'm building a life, but I'm just coming to ruin. Look, I know it ain't right. I'm too busy pursuing the benefits of this night. I mean, the darkness is moving. I mean, the darkness is booming. And I ain't trying to die with blood. Felt I deserved this pain. Died with love. Played ignorance for years, but I knew what it was. A king on his throne trying to give me a home. No matter what I did, he never left me alone. Saw the books full of debt, he canceled the loan. Now I do it for the king, do it for the king. This is life, this is more than a song. Look, he never left me alone. Saw the books full of debt and he canceled the loan. Now I do it for the king, do it for the king. This is life, this is more than a song, yeah. He never left me alone. Saw the books full of debt and he canceled the loan. Now I do it for the king, do it for the king. This is life, this is more than a song, word.
Do it for the king. Do it for the king. Come
Yeah.
on, y'all. We cooking in here. We're gonna hit it. Go ahead.
You know what's interesting about that track is that you got a guy from Florida, you got a guy from Georgia, you got a guy from Maryland, from Virginia, or you're from Boston and Virginia, I guess.
Yeah.
And a guy from Houston, and another guy from Maryland. So that's crazy how everybody from those different regions all came together, and everybody bodied that track.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Tim Bird says dope. Mike Jones says that was tight. And we're going to get back to it. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. This out. This is the 68-inch lamp, okay? Really good for living areas, bedroom. You can use it in the kitchen. Really like this lamp. It comes with a remote control, so you can dim, turn on, and turn off the light, brighten the light if you want. Really cool. Multiple controls, of course. With the remote control, you can easily control the floor lamp without leaving the bed or the sofa. You can really just kick back and be relaxed. And then it also has the hand control where you can dim up and down. You can turn off and on the light. Another thing I really like about this lamp, it has the adjustable feature so you can direct the lighting wherever you want it to go in the room. Awesome lamp right here. Really like it. Good price. Guys, check this out. All right, that's the lamp. And I'm just going to run through. I'm going to run through a few products with us just so we can keep it cooking. All right. So right here, hold on. Let me go back through this carousel. Right here, we got the flashing headlamp, which is fire. Yo, my kids just like to walk around the house with this joint. I can't put this on right now. My kids just like to walk around the house with this because it gives a light here and it's flashing. But this is one of those things you want to use when Oh, Bobby Marion and the Heezy. What's up, B? What's up? What's up? So these are just cool. If you're looking for stuff around the crib, this is gonna get you right. This will get you right. Okay, that'll get you right. Okay, and then of course, you know, I got the touch wake up, which I touched on this, but I didn't really show it. This is good for the kids' rooms. This looks like candy. I don't show it on live because it gets too bright and it looks funny, so I don't usually show it on. But this looks like candy. It looks like the light that's in the back, okay? Which that's I guess a great segue to go to the light in the back, because that's a Govee Glide light. You can stick those all around the crib, all right? You can stick those anywhere, put them around your TVs and all of that, and they look pretty cool when you do, you know, you can get creative with them, all right? You can get real creative. So that's just another cool product that we have. I figured that we'd touch on that. And we're talking to Chris Huns. Military Mindset Productions is in the building. He's in the building, all right? I let him take a quick break. But I'm going to bring him back in a second. I'm just going to show a few more products. And remember, his music is in the carousel, but you can also get it on all your major streaming platforms. He said, how much for the shades, though? I can send them to you. I'll send them to you, whatever shades these are. Actually, no, these are promotion shades, so I don't even got these. I don't even got a link for these, but I'll get you some like them. I like the white. I like the white on white. I like the white on white. You know what I mean? I had to do this. We got Military Mindset Productions CEO Chris Huns in the building, so you know I had to get extra. I had to get extra today, Bobby. I had to get extra. Mike Jones says, awesome, played on my TV. So he must have had us on. Did you have us on Amazon Live on your TV? All right. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to Emmy. All right. I do want to show you this webcam that's 13% off. This joint is 4K. All right. It's not what I'm using right now, but this is my secondary backup. There it is. It is my backup. This is 4K all day, every day. 4K. All right. It's got the 360 camera on it, and it is fire, y'all. It is fire. All right. It is fire. So, and we're just going through the carousel real quick. Next up, I want to show you this Magic Team Sleep sound machine. All right. This sound machine is good, man. I know Bobby, I know you got kids running around there. Get you some white noise. Get you some white noise going in the background. This will give you the wave sound, all of that stuff. Okay. I noticed when I got the fan on, right? When I got the fan on, these jokers sleep. They go to sleep better. Okay? So get you one of these. If you're on Facebook with us, go ahead and click the link. Come check us out on Amazon. Just say what's up. All right? It's going to help me out. It gives me more engagement. All right? But this is it right here. This is it right here. We got military. Listen, man, we're not playing. We had Tim Bird on. We got Military Mindset Productions on now with Chris Huns, and we're just going through some things. But before we bring him back on, we're gonna play a track. And this track right here. Call it what it is. Let's go. Woo! GOM in the building. Let's go. God over money.
I've been here for a bit. Living water spring, I'm here for the trip. Don't be at the shooter, I'm here with the clip. But I'm knowing Pharaoh never could hear what
Jake, what up? We see you.
So I chill in the whip. Walking down the road, but I'm still in the whip. My drive overloaded with all this biblical open, so I got the same feeling I feel with a brick.
Woo!
So I peel in the drip. Hand the guide on me, I'm feeling the grip. Two-edged weapon protecting all of my soul, so you all gotta know that they're stealing the whip. Yeah, I see that they stealing the trip. Robbing every
the corner.
Tell me that I'm wrong for talking about Jehovah, homie. Little do they know that I'm healing the whip.
Tim Bird, what up? He said that's hard. Military Mindset Productions is in the building. Chris Huns, this is it. It's in the carousel. Let's go.
There ain't been a second that we're not moving. Every eye on us with the top view. So we can talk about all of the block moving. But first, let me tell you people what we're not doing.
Woo!
You don't want to talk about the stocks moving. Behind the OGs, never on the block schooling. Since the hammer, only thing that's on your mind, my advice is take a break and focus in on what the ops doing. This is why communities are not booming. The shoot fits, but our graduates are not shooters. Drug dealers, no father in the household. But all I ever hear is look at what the cops doing. Nah, look at what we not doing. The door closed, don't matter if the lock blew in. I'm saying all of this to say one thing. Without God, we are not moving. Facts.
Let's go. We doing hip hop in here. You can't get this on any other stream, baby. Only in the Light Club. Whew. Come on.
So there's something I gotta say too that I forgot I left out that is important.
I ain't gonna get. You got some heat. You got some heat right there. You got some heat right there. Whew. Whew. Everybody, calm down. We got to calm down. There's a little too much hip hop in here right now. Oh man, it just got real. It just got real. Tim Bird said, "Yo." I'm telling you, this man knows how to pick his music, man. He not gonna put nothing out. He not gonna put no whack music out. It's just not. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Nothing but heat rocks, y'all. Nothing but heat rocks coming from this camp right here. Nothing but heat rocks, man. How does this? I don't even know where to go with these questions next, man. I'm in a whole, man. We almost have to, you know what? I'm just going to do what I feel. Look, man, you got to understand, man, this is what we need. This is just what we need right here. We got to run that back. I'm sorry. We got to run that back. Let's go. We running this one back, y'all. We got to rewind, selector. Let's go. If you not in the hip hop, you got to get out right now.
I've been here for a bit. Everyone's spraying, I'm here for the trip.
Woo!
Only as a shooter, I'm here for the clip. But I'm knowing Pharaoh never could hear with a whip.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I chill in the whip. Walking down the road, but I'm still in the whip. My drive overloaded with all this biblical open, so
Yo, I feel like, when you see Funk Flex, like on the freestyles and he's yelling over the person freestyling, and you like, man, just let the dude rap. Just let the dude rap, man. Flex, be quiet, man. This is how I feel right now. This is just how I feel right now. Let's go. If you don't like hip hop, you got to go now. You got to get out of the room now. Or this is your introduction. Let's go.
I've been here for a bit.
Woo!
Living for the spring, I'm here for the trip. Don't be as the shooter, I'm here with the clip. But I'm the only barrel never could hear with a whip. Yeah. So I chill in the whip. Walking down the road, but I'm still in the whip. My drive overloaded with all this biblical dope, and so I got the same feeling I feel with a brick. So I peel in the drip. Hand of God on me, I'm feeling the grip. Two-edged weapon protecting all of my soul, so you all gotta know that they're stealing the whip. Yeah, I see that they stealing the drip. Robbing every hood, never steal from the rich. Tell me that I'm wrong for talking about Jehovah, homie. Little do they know that I'm healing the flip.
Woo! Let's go. If you have come into this room, you got to like hip hop.
Look, there ain't been a second that we're not moving. Every eye on us with the top viewing.
And it's clean.
We could talk about all of the block moving, but first let me tell you people what we not doing. You don't want to talk about the stocks moving, behind the OGs, never on the block school.
Hit that follow.
The only thing that's on your mind, my advice is take a break and focus in on what the ops doing. This is why communities are not booming. The shoot fits, but our graduates are not shooters. Drug dealers, no father in the household. But all I ever hear is look at what the cops doing. Nah, look at what we not doing. The door closed, don't matter if the lock flew in. I'm saying all of this to say one thing. Without God, we are not moving. Facts.
Ooh, wee.
He's on all three.
Man.
You should hear one of my favorite songs is on the second album. It's by him. It's called Hope in the Struggle, and it's so good. It's not that song's hard right there. This song is more like it's what it sounds like, a hope in the struggle. You know what I mean?
Right.
But one thing I do have to tell you is that when I start like this, I was doing all this while I was in music class, right? I didn't know how to put out a record. And wait, was this before music? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this might have been. No, this was before, because I remember telling somebody about it in class. But I didn't know what I was doing, right?
Right.
I had never put out a record, let alone a whole album. So as I was reaching out to people, there was one guy that kept calling me, and we were talking. And so I didn't know how to mix the songs, you know?
Right.
And so it was Blessed Nazarite. And me and him, I called him one day. I said, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, maybe I should see if he can mix these songs. And then that way we can put them together and then get the album out. And from that is how as it was coming together, I was learning how to do it. And just learning the process. And I did make quite a few mistakes, for sure, especially on the first album. I didn't, not as far as the music goes, but just what I was doing behind the scenes and jumping the gun on certain things. But it's been a slow process, like learning how to push through everything and making sure people hear about the projects. And so moving now to Behind Enemy Lines 3, which should be dropping in November, that I'm like already knowing how to prepare for it. And it's just been a great learning tool. Now it's like, now promotion is always complicated to me because you never know. And when you got people controlling the algorithms, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
So word of mouth is usually, I text people, I tell people, in person. Hey man, I got this album out. Go check it out. Tell me what you think. And
That's
like I
right.
said, some of my friends who aren't even Christians, I sent them the albums, and they loved it. And they're not even Christian. They're just like, this is just good hip hop.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This
You
is
know, because
fire.
we
This don't
we
matter.
we grew up, and still, people in their music, they tell us, especially in hip hop, they tell us about their religion anyways.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different. It's
Man.
and the fact that this is all based on biblical teaching and the military mindset production, but
And I think that's dope because where's our clean music? Like hip hop culture. Come on.
there's some
There-
guys out there that do put semi clean. Like I think Common is pretty. He'll have some raw songs, but Common's he's got some pretty I don't know. And there's guys that you wouldn't even think that got music out there. I'm not saying it's clean. There's just no cussing in it.
Yeah.
There's no cuss words in it or something.
I guess
like
what do we define as clean?
Yes. Hey, I'm not gonna say everything they're saying is right.
Yeah.
But I am a big fan of Common. I mean, I loved he's kind of kept his same style throughout all these years too.
Yeah. And that's kind of cool to see throughout time, seeing an artist because it's kind of like a hip hop artist is supposed to change their style and change with the times, when every other genre is like just do what you do.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange that a rapper has to change his swagger or his style to move with the times, but it's also, I think, the ones that don't they're still cool with their fan base. Their fan base doesn't want you to change.
I'm gonna tell you, Big Daddy Kane, he said, I'm not changing my style for nobody. And that dude still be killing it.
Yeah. So that's just, that's what it is, man. I don't think artists should change. I like to hear maybe the production a little different as far as the mixing and different sounds. But as far as your flow, I want to see you stick the same flow. Like, it was always cool to hear an artist on somebody else's beat, but with their same flow. That was like 50 Cent mixtapes. Was like, I want to hear how 50 Cent sounds on this song. I don't want to hear 50 Cent trying to sound like this dude on this song. I just want to hear his voice on this song. And that's how I always seen hip hop music, like that, straight like that.
Yeah, I mean, and you can do it because I always go back to Guru, because I feel like he, for me, as I watched him, and I think Guru, Black Thought, and Common, they all kept their style, but the production's got to change. You can't just keep putting out the same music, but like those guys, they always stayed. They always kept their style, and you can see it. Like Guru did a version of Militia, and it was Rakim and Dub C from the West Coast. And if you look at that song, they all have their styles, all three of them, but they're over a Premier beat.
Right.
And it sounds good. So I mean, you don't have to you gotta you don't have to change your style at all, because that's why we like you to begin with.
That's right. Keep it funky, man. Keep doing it the same thing. I had a one of my mentors tell me, just stay on the road you going. Don't switch it up. Don't switch it up. Don't try to, because people are never going to be satisfied.
Nah.
They're never going to be happy.
But the same people that loved those guys back then still love those guys to this day. Like, they always go back to that music. You know, and I think those guys are mature enough to know that. You know, like Black Thought is, you know, Black Thought. He's still. I mean, I don't know how often Common's releasing music, but I know Black Thought. He's still releasing music, and he look at that guy's on like one of those late night shows. I think it's Jimmy Fallon's, and so you would think he would be ready to flip flop. He still is just as underground as before.
That's right.
And it's crazy.
And it works.
It works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so
that's what it is.
He would be definitely an example of staying true to yourself and just keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. Tim Bird says Black Thought is one of my favorites.
I think he's the best lyricist of all time. That's just my opinion. if I had to pick one, it's hard to pick one because we had so many great ones.
And the times, whatever time it was.
Yeah.
Jake Tidmore says standing strong in their existence. That's right. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, so we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Juicer. This is a slow juicer, okay? And let's see what we have in it. That actually juiced a lot. This is a very small apple, and I didn't even use half of it, and I only used a little bit of ginger. So this was pretty cool to see this thing work, and there it is right there. You see it juicing. Of course, the slow juicer is going to make a lot more juice. It's going to give you more nutrients. I'm giving it a thumbs up because I'm seeing it. I've used juicers before. I used the cold press slow juicers, even a quick juicer that I use sometimes when I need to just run out. And this worked phenomenal. I'm telling you, this thing was great. Look at that. It's got great ingenuity, great durability for it. It was very quiet as well. And look at all it produced after just a little bit of fruit. This thing was awesome. Absolute thumbs up for this. And then we got into the cleaning. The cleaning was quick, easy, only took a second. Okay, everything just rolled off of it. Check the inside there. I just shaked it out. Hit it with a little water. I could have scrubbed it down, but it was already dishwasher ready, okay? And these pieces really came off pretty easy. I didn't really get too deep into the instruction manual. Like I said, just rinse, bam, didn't even really have to use the brush. And you push this little button, this will take everything off for you, and bam, there it is, the Joku juicer. I think I had a scene with my ashy elbow in there. So y'all.
I didn't say it, but that's
funny. Y'all disregard the ashy elbow in the video. Yo, we online, y'all. Welcome to the Light Club. If you're just joining us, hit that follow button. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Let us know where you from, where you at. We got my man in here, Chris Huns, Military Mindset Productions, and we're just going through his catalog a bit here and playing some of his tunes. He is in the carousel, so if you want to check out some new music, something that's clean, where you ain't got guns and drugs all in the video, all in the music, then go ahead and check them out. All right, right there in the carousel, Military Mindset Productions. You can also catch him on Apple Music, iTunes, all your other streaming platforms. Hit him up on YouTube, all that stuff, and it's there. It's there, man. So we cooking, man.
Yeah, and just to chime in, that the music is clean, but it does talk about things like I don't ever restrict anybody. I know all these guys are brothers in Christ, but I do want them to talk about things that they deal with on a day to day. It's going to be coming from a biblical worldview, but I do want it to be authentic. I mean, it's not always going to be cookie cutter.
That's right. Come on. We got to speak the real. What's really going on out here? You know, what's really going on? Is it all peaches and cream? No. There's coleslaw running through this jank. You know, coleslaw. You put coleslaw on your plate, it start running to everything. So that there's some. It can get messy. So yeah, we're just chopping it up. We're chopping it up, and we played a few records, and we're getting ready to wrap this up. But I do want to kind of ask you: is there anything that we haven't touched on that you would like to bring out in this conversation? Because I kind of brought you from zero to where we are now, but I don't know if I missed anything. We number one, we got to bring you back. You got to come back because you got new music dropping soon, don't you?
I got a maxi single dropping on Thursday. It's 2 tracks, 4 instrumentals.
2 tracks, 4 instrumentals.
Yeah, and I'm only putting it up for $1.98. So you're gonna pretty much get the 2 songs and then 4 free instrumentals.
Okay. And I mean, people love instrumentals, man, because you can catch a dope freestyle off some instrumentals now.
Yeah,
put that instrumentals. Tim Bird got a instrumental album out. He got a few of them out.
I bought it. I bought 1 or 2 of them at least because he told me about them, and then I went and got it, and it's outstanding. Like you got to go get that if you don't got that.
Yeah,
I love instrumentals personally. That's why I want to add instrumentals on singles if I can.
Yeah. So we got real quick. I did want to touch on it because we didn't really speak too much. We ran it back twice, but we didn't really speak about the corner. How did that collaboration come about?
Well, really, it just came from a DM. Basically, I reached out to him, told him what I was doing, and he was like, "Cool, I'm down." He's like, "Just send me a beat, and I'll get it to you." And so that beat that you just played, that was actually the first single to ever drop.
Wow.
And I got that beat and I sent it to him. He loved it. And then, man, this dude flipped it back to me in like 2 days.
Wow.
And then I got it all mixed and mastered. And then, it dropped January. I think it was January 1st of 21. I think it was our first single ever. So first song to ever drop. And it's a classic. I think people loved it. So.
Yeah, I think that right there might have been an instant classic right there.
Yeah, it was. I love that song, man. I love Selah the Corner, man. And I got to meet him before all this.
Okay.
We went to a God Over Money concert up in Virginia, Fredericksburg, and it was like Bizzle, Selah, Jared Sanders was there, who was on the albums, and AI the Anomaly. She's a female rapper from Buffalo, and she is off the chain.
Yeah. Shout out to AI,
and
Jared, all those guys, Bizzle.
Bumps INF. He wasn't there that night, but he was. Yeah, that whole team is amazing. So go check them out too if you can. But Selah he's from Queens. I love New York rap, Always
Shout
like
out to
go.
Queens. Shout out
Yeah.
to Queens. My people's from Queens.
So it was pretty cool because Naz is from the Bronx, and we got to scratch and had to come on there because it's just a straight hip hop record.
Yeah, yeah,
And
of course.
so it all came together, and I mean, he's done 2 other songs with me, and hopefully we're gonna do another one, and maybe you'll jump on that one.
Yeah, we gotta get that done, man. We gotta get that done. We gotta get that done. We're gonna get a video to it too. We're gonna get the video done. So we're gonna have to take a trip. We're gonna have to take a up north trip, or maybe we'll send for him down here. Maybe.
We'll see where he's at.
Yeah.
But he is a very humble dude. He's real cool. He's just a great guy. I love when I met him. I was like, this guy is. It's always good that when you meet people, they are who they say. Like, just like Tim Bird. Like look at all he's done. Like, some people would try to have an ego, but Tim's just like one of the most humble guys. He's always encouraging you. Like Tim gets me hyped up to want to make beats.
That's right. Yeah. You finished talking to him, you done made a whole album.
I know. I mean, I'm gonna try to just off of what I seen him do. I'm gonna try to make a beat.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. And so in putting together these projects, and what do you think one of the more difficult things, because you got some people that may be watching that are looking to be producers, or maybe they got kids or something who wants to produce, and what are some of the things that on YouTube they say, here your top 5 things not to do before you do X, Y, and Z? What are some of the things or struggles or some of the things you would suggest that someone needs to do before they start releasing music?
Well, they need to do their research. That's what I didn't do. I mean, I did a little bit, but you got to know, like, first of all, you got to know what your motives are. My motives was never about selling records, as crazy as that may sound. It was all about hitting the people who want to hear this music.
Right.
Like, do I like it? Would I listen to this album?
Right.
And then you got to first do that. Do the research as, who you marketing it to. Build a page. You need a page where you have all your information at, where you can advertise at.
Right.
And gain an organic following, not buying followers, like an actual organic following.
Right.
Even if it's 100 people. Like,
that's right.
Everybody, as you can see, you build and you slowly build up to get to a certain point, and some people stay at a certain level at some point. Some of my favorite artists, they didn't sell gold records, and they were out there. They had promotion in magazines.
Yeah.
So nowadays it's a little bit easier than what it was. But like I said, build your page up, do the research. Get a good distribution company to deal with, and know what you have to pay and what learn about the taxes of everything. I think that's a crucial thing, because that'd be getting all kinds of people. With the taxes.
Yep. Know what you owe.
Yeah, know what you owe.
Got to know what you owe.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, you're gonna make mistakes. I did.
Yeah.
I had people come after I made a mistake and be like, man, you shouldn't have done that. I'm like, well, I know that now.
Where was you at before?
I need some pre-advice.
Yeah.
I don't need that post. But it's always good to learn, and like, you make mistakes, and it's all right. And the good thing about music, especially if you make music, and Tim will tell you this, you're always going to be learning music.
Right.
Music is something you're always going to be growing in.
That's right.
So, I mean, and the good thing is, if you have a real passion for it, not if your passion is just to be famous, you're not really going to put as much into the music. But if you really have a passion to put out good music, especially music that you love,
Right.
telling
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
It's all gonna come naturally, anyways.
Yeah.
This is when I make beats. It's therapy to me. Like it actually puts me at ease. You know, if I'm having a bad day or if I'm dealing with something, just putting together something, it just brings so much peace to me.
Right. Man.
And I'm always gonna put out music that I like. I don't have to do trendy stuff. And that's another thing. You don't have to follow trends because there is always going to be a group out there that wants to hear that kind of music.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's tough stuff. That's tough stuff. Make sure y'all check out Chris Huns and Military Mindset Productions. Got a lot of fire music. Got music coming out this Thursday, so check them out.
Album dropping in November, the
Album,
3rd.
November 3rd.
It's the final in the trilogy of the Behind Enemy Lines series.
Okay, and that's November 3rd.
No, I don't have an actual. It's in November. I don't know the
date. No, the 3rd album is gonna drop in November.
In November, yeah.
In November. What's your Instagram, Facebook, social media? Can we shout that out real quick?
Yeah, so it's at Chris Huns 1 on Instagram, at Military Mindset Productions on Instagram. I got Huns Chris on Twitter, and then Chris Huns HUNS on Facebook. Chris Huns. So if you get to one of those pages, you'll see me advertising.
You'll be able to get everywhere. You'll be everywhere.
I advertise music and I encourage people in the Lord on those sites.
Man, amen. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to drop? We're having you back. You're definitely coming back. You got to get back.
I think we covered some good stuff, and maybe next time I might have a beat put together so you could just hear what I'm working on.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We'll bring Tim Bird on so he can let us know what he thinks about it. And I think, I don't know if he's heard your beats lately.
Yeah, he actually comments a lot on my. That's why I was telling you he's encouraging on those.
Yeah.
I pulled some of them down because I want to revamp them, but Tim always is encouraging and I like when people critique, but people are saying they sound good. So if the experts are saying it, that's very encouraging.
Yeah, they not gonna lie to you.
Nah,
I don't believe so.
No,
I don't believe so. So hey everybody, give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves for coming through and supporting what we're doing over here at the Light Club. We want to thank Chris for coming out, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man. And we definitely got to do it again. That thumbnail was fire that my wife made. So shout out to her. Because when she sent it to me, I was like, yo, I didn't even think to put that picture with that picture.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And tell her thank you for me. And I appreciate everybody coming here and listening to us for this long.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We had people coming in and out. I'm sure people went to the bathroom, got something to eat, came back. Dang, these jokers still on here. Let me see what's up.
It's probably went to bed somewhere.
Yeah. You don't know. You really don't notice, but there's a lot of people that will just stop through and they'll hit me up and be like, hey, I was watching the stream. I'm like, man, why didn't you say nothing? I was supposed to know you up here, man.
Yeah.
Say something. We just stalking me, looking at me. Say what's up. I like to feel the people, man. I like to talk to the people,
They was feeling those sunglasses and they just wanted to come on and pop right back off.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So yeah, that's it. We'll come back. We'll bring Chris back and we'll have some beats playing, We gotta do a little beat thing on Instagram or something too, man. Maybe we'll do that here and then stream on Instagram as well and just debut our beats and make Tim proud for the night. Make
Yeah.
him proud.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be dope. That would be dope. You want to add anything before we click off?
No, I just want to say I appreciate it having me on here, and thanks to everybody listening, and thanks for all the encouragement. And if you get time, just check it out. Let me know what you think.
Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, this is Chris Huns, Military Mindset Productions, The Light Club. We did it again, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping through. Peace.